Y'all, I is so excited. Robert Irwin won. He got the he got the Maribor, the Glenn Goodman, the Glenn Goodman. Y'all see, I'm messing up Lynn's name. Lynn Goodman Maribor. Man, ooh man, but I knew it. But I'll be honest with y'all. Without watching the finale tonight, I was like, I don't know, it's kind of tight. I think Jordan Child's gonna get it. I said, oh, her freestyle was better than his. You know, I don't know, y'all, but I'm so happy he got that. Oh my God, I felt like doing a cart. If I could do a cartwheel, do a split, do a James Brown split up in here, do the Matrix, you know, what they call it, that movie when they spit. Y'all, oh my God, that was good. I can't wait to watch that. I'll watch the replay on Disney Plus. That was really good. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed all of it. Yeah, where they did the instant dancing. Yeah, I never saw that. No instant dance. Maybe I did and I forgot. But that was good. That whole finale thing was good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Anyway, y'all could tell I'm kinda tired and drained out. I'm kinda I don't know if it's the atmosphere in this neighborhood in Baltimore City. I don't know what it is. Is it me watching watching these depressing videos on TikTok? Yeah, y'all. I don't know what that is. It's a heaviness. Oh my God, I don't know what that is. Ah, Lord. Ah, God, today. Uh, y'all. Mm. Man, we got one more day at Thanksgiving. Yeah, I get through that. I'm good. Get through that and good. I'm about to say Good Friday. It ain't Good Friday. Black Friday. I mean Black Friday. Y'all, that daggone Dance with Stars got me, y'all. Oh, got me too excited. I ain't even got my words together. Whatever. Y'all. But yeah, I saw somebody TikTok about Baltimore City. I said, yup. She right about that. You know, about Baltimore being a cursed city. You know. I said, yeah, she right, but I didn't know about the Ouija board. You know. That part I did not know that it was created here. Yo, oh my God. Mm. I saw somebody else TikTok with facts about Baltimore, and he said Egg Island poles and all different facts about the you know. But that one fact about the Ouija board Egg Island pole, I did not know. You know, man, it don't surprise me. Don't surprise me at all. That's why my oldest son relocated in Delaware and did better when he went out of state. He ain't just leave the city, Baltimore City. He left the whole state of Maryland and did better. Yup. Uh. And I wonder, my youngest daughter traveling around the world and yeah. I can't find my baby. Y'all. Uh. I don't know. Why they going away. I don't know where he could be. My baby. I gotta find him. You know. Y'all. Oh my God. Only time I remember leaving leaving Baltimore was when I can say back when I was living with my parents, I was still Jehovah's Witness. And I was in the Jehovah's Witness cult religion. And we went to New York to the society, to the Watchtower. Yeah, and caught the bus. He had a trip from Central Congregation, Baltimore Central Congregation. It was on Broadway. And we went from there to New York. That was, I was like 14, 15 years old back then. And we saw, it was on Broadway. And the first time I had New York cheesecake, y'all, it was all thick and creamy. And my grandma Sweeney, my father's mother, was there. We was in the hotel, and we went to this play. What was like a play? It was a cabaret club, and the guy from from the Wiz, that played the wizard, Andre the Shields, was in there, and he was singing, "Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road." And that part when they took he had these two heavyset women, and they took his clothes off, and all he had was his underwear, briefs. Not even it was like bikini, and but me being modest and being a virgin stuff, turn my head away like that, and the guy that was sitting in the table next to us was the producer of Hill Street Blues, y'all, and he told my parents, he said that is refreshing. It's so refreshing to see her do that, y'all. Oh my God! But that was the one of the times that I went out of state, and then we went to Disney World twice. Went to Disney World when I was in middle school. I was 12 years old. I went to Chickapin Middle School, and it was a fundraiser. And my mom and mom's best friend back then, and her son, it was a fundraiser, and they, got all the stuff, the money, sold the project and stuff, and we won a trip to Disney World on Eastern Airlines. First time I got on the airplane. First time I got on an airplane, and we took pictures galore. I mean, tons of pictures, y'all. Yeah. Then the second time we went to Disney World, I was um I was 15. Yeah, back in 85. I had 15 years old. That was when my mom and my father and my sister went. We went on a train. Went on a train there. Yeah, caught the Amtrak down to Florida. Yeah, yep, y'all, I tell you. Oh, so that's 3 times I went out of state. Oh, then fast forward. Then kind of recently, see, like 2015, yeah, 2015, we went to Delaware. Well, 2014, like right after my youngest son, Christian, was born. I went by myself with my oldest son's father and my oldest son. And he picked me up from here, from Baltimore, and we went up. We went up there. That's the first time I went to Delaware, and drove the long way, rode past the rode on a Chesapeake Bay Bridge. You playing music. If you playing soft rock, if I could change the world, You be my universe if I could change the world. That song from Phenomenon, song from John Travolta movie Phenomenon. He played that. And then was funny when we got off the bridge and got in Delaware, right? We went to McDonald's and they said, "Welcome to it." I said, "What the fuck?" I turned to my son. I said, what is this, right? What is this? And because in Baltimore, everybody all mean and nasty, right? It was all clean in McDonald's. They all. I said, what in the world? And then when we got out of that McDonald's, it was a horse and buggy. I said, what is this? I said, and Jack was busting out. My son was busting out. He was busting out laughing, right? I said, what is that? And I asked his father. I asked his father, what does that run on? And then my son's father said it runs on the electricity. Man, I could have sworn and then if that wasn't enough, then he rolled us past all these buildings. Look like back in the colonial times. I said I could have sworn I could I could have sworn Hamilton and George Washington was gonna come out in that motherfucker. Man, I was like I thought, man, I could have sworn we was back in the colonial days. Y'all, and then he rolled us past this farm place. Then he said, Crystal, I'm gonna show you where they make the ice cream, homemade ice cream and stuff. Y'all sightseeing. Y'all, I was 2, 3. And then my son, that's when we went to Safeway, right? And that Safeway, even that Safeway was clean. I said they had a section for each individual thing, ice cream section. I said I ain't never seen no supermarket that clean like that. And then we went to what store we went to? We went to this store and I forgot was it Walmart or it was one of them stores. It was like a warehouse store, and my son was looking for the ingredients for the cheesecake, and he go up to this white lady asking her where the heavy whipping cream is, and I'm like, I'm all nervous. I'm like, don't ask her, y'all, and she was all friendly. You know how, like in Baltimore, they be following you, looking. When you go in their stores or go in their areas, they be following niggas, right? I was like, man, the whole thing. It was a culture shock. The whole thing. That was the first time I went to Delaware. The second time, it was, let's see, we went like a year later, we went, it was me and my youngest father, son's father, my youngest son's father. We went up there and we Greyhound, caught the Greyhound up there. Yeah. And, then we went to some kind of flea market place, we went there, we went to the flea market place. And, man, I tell you, that was something. That was a trip. So I can say about a few times. And then, I'm trying to think, was it last year or the year before, my youngest daughter and her best friend took me to DC. You know, drove me to DC. You know, y'all, and not saying that I ain't been in DC before, but it's been years. I ain't been in DC since my oldest son's daycare. Oldest son daycare took us to the zoo, took us to the National Zoo, and we took pictures and all that. So it was years. I ain't been since and then before that, we went to DC. I went to DC when I was in Woodland Job Corps. Yep. So I ain't travel. So when I see videos like that, they talk about Baltimore City curse and stuff like that. I believe it. I believe that. Yup. I said, she right. Poverty, yup. I said, she is right. You know, It's like it was like that even in the 80s. It was like that in the 80s. Even though it was easier back then to get employment, stuff like that. But it was nasty and dirty. It was like that, y'all. Yeah. Anyway, y'all. I believe God. I believe God gonna get me out of here. Same way he provided for my children, the split, and they all in different states and all that, y'all. You know, y'all, they all in different states and stuff. But believe me, I think he'd do better than that. Put me in different country. Get me out of this country. Y'all, you don't know. Yeah, I could travel, go to England, go to England, not England, not England. I said England for, not England. I meant Ireland. I'm thinking one day if something else came up about, I don't know daggone England. I'm talking about Ireland. Yeah, go to Ireland. Yeah, where the Sweeney's, go where my great grandfather and them from, y'all. Get my inheritance, y'all. Do like do like one of them Alice Haley things, y'all. Finding my roots, y'all. Shoot, man. Cause I used to, when I was Joe Witness, I used to say, I want to go back when they built it in the harbor and they had this store. I remember they had this store in the harbor. It had Australia stuff. I said I want to go there because my favorite movie was Thornbirds, with the Thornbirds, with the kangaroos and koala, Australia. And I said, yeah, that's where I want to go. That's my dream. I want to do that, you know. And then first it was go there, then Ireland. I wanted to go travel to Ireland when I was a teenager. I wanted to go to France. Wanted to go to Spain because I learned Spanish in middle school. I said I wanted to go to Spain, You know, yo, mm. Oh my God. I tell you. It's going to happen. That's why God still got me breathing. Say, it ain't over. Yeah, it ain't, it ain't over. You gonna do all that. And then some more. Yo, mm. Ah, goodness. But anyway, yeah, that's probably where that heaviness comes from. I said, what in the world? What is that? You know, it's a spiritual, it's like, what in the world? I was doing fine. You know, and then at first, like a couple of weeks ago, it was like that, and I was hyperventilating. I had chest pains, and I had went to the hospital, went to Mercy Hospital. And they did chest X-ray and all that on me. Yeah, mm. I don't know what that was, cause when I went to try to donate blood today, and they gave me them Pac-Man socks and everything. Yeah, I was okay when I got back home. But yo, mm. Yo. Mm. You gotta be, thank you, Holy Ghost. When you're in a city like this, you gotta be extra. That's like living in Sodom and Gomorrah. You gotta be extra careful. You know, don't fornicate, don't sin, don't do no alcoholism, don't do no drugs. You know, don't go in these crazy churches. Y'all, you gotta protect yourself. You know, while you young. While you young, if your parents give you allowance, save that money. You know, work hard. Work hard while you young. You know, y'all. Kind of remind me of Princess and the Frog. Yeah, I'm almost there, y'all. For real. Are you gonna have people in Baltimore City is cursed, just like that. Just like in that movie, New Orleans with that voodoo man, y'all. Vacillator, you know. Who out there messing with the voodoo man? Which one of y'all babies messing with the voodoo man? Y'all, mm. Man, Baltimore City, okay. Mm. Man, oh man, oh man. Charm City. Charm my foot. Charm is deceit. What the Bible say about charms? Charm is deceitful. You don't want no charms, Lucky Charms, No, you not. Charm my foot. Now, what is so much corruption in the? It's corruption in the government. It's mayors is corrupt. We got corrupt mayors, judges that's corrupt, social services corrupt, y'all. Lawyers, doctors. You got doctors, hospitals, Johns Hopkins Hospital, y'all. Y'all know what Johns Hopkins Hospital did to black people, y'all. Did to Henrietta Locks and what they did to black people, called them the body snatchers, y'all. Y'all, segregation and shit, y'all. I was born in 1970, and I heard from my mother and from other people that she was pregnant with me and went to Johns Hopkins, and Johns Hopkins rejected her because she was black, rejected her, so she had to go to Sinai. She had me at Sinai Hospital. Yo, yo. And then the same damn thing happened when I was pregnant with my middle daughter. I'm pregnant. My father running all through the red lights and shit, you know, running through all through traffic stuff. We get there, I'm in active labor. I'm in labor. My water broke at water broke my water broke at my parents' house. And they gonna say, you got an ID, you got this. Knowing that I was a patient. I was a patient in Johns Hopkins. Y'all, I was getting my prenatal care at Johns Hopkins. And a doctor, y'all. So when I see that clip of that couple that was rejected at the hospital, and the black girl was in active labor, and the husband had to deliver the baby in the truck. Y'all, that gave me flashbacks. Oh, like, you know what, motherfucker? You know what? They still racist as fuck. Still, it still happens now. It still happens now. I got this book here, and I got this book called Medical Apartheid. Medical apartheid, and it breaks it down how the medical field had treated blacks. Y'all, they treated us like we ain't had no pains, y'all, and they still do that shit now. Still do it now. Ain't got nothing to do with no motherfucking Donald Trump. Y'all make America great and all that bullshit. No, ain't got nothing to do with that. Y'all, y'all. Mm. Yo. Ain't nothing changed. The hospitals corrupt, the doctors corrupt, clinics, daggone medical systems. Whether you got Medicaid or Medicaid or Blue Cross Blue Shield, because my father worked for the city. My father worked for the city, for the sanitation department, Baltimore City Sanitation Department, worked for the city government, worked with the mayor, all the way back when Mayor Williams Donald Schaefer, all the way back then, y'all, all the way back then. So we had health insurance under him, under that. Government insurance, y'all, and they still treated us like shit. Y'all treated my mom, treated my mother and me, treated my mom and me, because I was still under my parents' I was still under my parents' insurance. As long as, even though what happened, they put me out, whatever. But it was as long as I was going to school, going to school or something like that, I was still covered under my father's insurance. Y'all, after I after 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 age 18, y'all, And they still, these houses, y'all, these, John's houses don't give a fuck. John Hopkins is the worst. Even recently, last year, when I was in the hospital for heart fluid around my heart, and they would not drain. They would not drain the fluid around my heart, and I had my son on the phone. I had my son on. Y'all, I'm not y'all. I ain't y'all. And them motherfuckers, them doctors in there would not drain the fluid around my heart. They was experimenting on me because it wasn't no family member there. Actually, wasn't nobody actually there in person. So they felt like they could do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. Y'all, wasn't no church, wasn't nobody visiting me. Y'all, I ain't, y'all, And then, the crazy part, when they discharged me, the day after they discharged me, I had to go to the clinic to get a follow-up. And they, from the clinic, from Total Healthcare on West Baltimore, they sent me, said, oh, the nurse was like, oh, your blood pressure is going low. Do you, what you feel? How you feel? And I said, I don't feel anything. I don't feel no pain. They said, do you feel pain? I said, no. And they called the ambulance and rushed me to St. Agnes Hospital. Y'all, and then St. Agnes doctors, y'all, St. Agnes Hospital doctors was more professional, and they drained their fluid around my heart. Y'all, ain't that the same kind of thing when I said when I was born? Y'all, the fuck, Baltimore, St. Agnes St. Agnes was the best. They gave me the best care, even after I got out of there. After I got out of there, and I had to go to the cardiologist, and they had lifts and stuff, and lifts and stuff to take me to the to the to the heart doctor. Y'all, and the heart doctor said, "This is." He said, "Crystal, that medicine that John Hopkins gave you was crazy." I was like, "What?" And he said, "Don't." I had everything John Hopkins gave me in a bag, and he said, "Stop taking this." He ain't list the names of the medicine. He said, "Just stop taking these," and he put it on the side. Don't take none of these. I was like, "What, y'all, 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 y'all." Need I say more? Need I say more? Need I say more? It's a bad city to marry somebody in Baltimore City. Marry motherfuckers. Don't marry nobody. Don't marry no man in Baltimore City. I mean that. Y'all, give them the side eye. You better give them the side eye and do all kind of background check. AIDS test, HIV, check their credit score, check their family out, check their parents out, see how many baby mamas they got, y'all. check their education, y'all. See what kind of car they drive, if they got a car, or see how independent they are. Do they got their own place, y'all? Y'all, do they got a pastor? And what the talk to their y'all the fuck y'all? You better do your research dealing with these motherfuckers. Do your research. Don't be just, oh yeah, I don't want to be alone. I don't want y'all. And that goes for friends too. So-called neighbors. Watch out for your so-called neighbors and your so-called fake-ass friends. Y'all in Baltimore. Your neighbors that stalking. They stalking and they, okay, y'all, watch out for your neighbors and your so-called friends and your colleagues from the high school or elementary school or the colleges that you attended in Baltimore. Y'all, be careful. Be careful. Be careful. I said what I said. If you got a friend in Baltimore or whatever, do a background check on them bitches. Y'all check them out. Check them out before you form bonds or alliances with them. Y'all, I learned that the hard way. Cause this happened to me a while back before I had kids. Y'all, to not let my so-called friends around my not tell her all of my dreams and secrets and stuff and who I liked or who I had a question with. Come to find out, she wound up. Okay, y'all, be careful who you tell your secrets to, because they don't like you. They just want to know what your inspirations and your aspirations are so they can steal it. They can steal it and snatch it before you get it, y'all. Just like the Baltimore is the Maryland crab, y'all. They like crabs in the motherfucking basket, y'all. Crabs in the basket. Don't trust nobody. I don't care how nice, charming, Lauren. I don't care how beautified, y'all. I don't give a rat's ass how they could be talk well, y'all. You know, y'all beware, beware, beware. Beware. Don't go clubbing with them. Y'all, don't go places with them by yourself. If you feel uncomfortable, say, no is no. I mean no. I'm not going over your house. No, I don't care. You can jump up and down, have a temperature. No is no. I'm not going. No, no, I'm not going over. I'm not going in your new car. I'm not going in your new house. No, y'all. I had that happen to me so many times, and it was to the point where that something dangerous, something dangerous had happened to me, and it could have been worse. It could have been what happened to me could have turned out 10 times worse, but because God was there with me, it didn't happen that way. Y'all, man, y'all, if I could go back and talk to my 20-year-old, my young adult self, I said, don't you go down there. Don't you talk to her. Don't you talk to him. Don't you trust that church. Don't you trust that family member. Don't do that. That's going to happen. If you do that, this and this going to happen. Y'all, sometimes I wish I could talk to my younger self like a movie. Go back, reverse time and change stuff. Y'all, like that holiday movie, my favorite movie, um, um, Jimmy Stewart, It's a Wonderful Life, where he was dead. Say, I wish I was never born. And the angel said, oh, you don't want that. And then he showed him how his life would have been had he not been born. Y'all, but you wish you could do that to yourself. Be your own guardian angel. Y'all, and show yourself what your life would have been like had you not made the choices that you made, or allowed. If you knew, they put it this way, if your younger self knew what your older self know, y'all, a lot of stuff that people hear from you, your own motherfucking family. Your enemies is your family. Members of your own household, your motherfucking mother, your daddy, your cousins, your uncles, your aunties, members of y'all, they were all in on it. All in on it. Coercing the whole thing, messing up your life. Y'all, the fuck? Man, in Baltimore City, they don't have resources for niggas. They don't have resources for black people like they should. You know, Church Square Shop Center. That's the prime example. I was living here in this area when they built that motherfucker back in the 80s. When they built it. And each one of the churches that formed Church Square don't support the community. I had to learn that the hard motherfucking way. Y'all, from the from the 80s and the 90s till now, y'all, the 80s, from the 80s, I was Joe Witness, and I didn't, wasn't allowed to go inside churches and stuff like that, Y'all, okay. Y'all, 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 y'all. Make you want to holler, make you want to scream, make you want to, make you want to scream. It do make a difference. It make a total difference when you leave your hometown. It make a complete difference. Your hometown ain't going to appreciate you, y'all. Y'all. Anywho, I'm so proud of Robert Irwin. I am so ecstatic, so happy about that. Yep. I'm gonna go back and rewatch that dance. I'm gonna rewatch the finale. I'm gonna watch it on Disney Plus. Yeah. All right. Be blessed.